All right, everyone. Welcome to the 2015 Holiday Sports Classic Go-To meeting. We're going to try to give you lots of information today with what we've got happening for the weekend. This is Lori Jean Hannon, and I'm happy to be able to provide this format for you. The games are definitely held on November 21st and 22nd this year. And this new process of what we started now, this will take us through all of our events, is an effort to save you from having to go out to another meeting. So this is a YouTube video that you can also download as a PowerPoint format if that's easier for you. This will actually be up on our website through the Holiday Sports Classic. At the very end of this presentation, you'll see a list of contact information for any portion of the presentation. And we need to fill everybody in to let you all know that Rebecca Gherkin from the sports department had a little boy this summer, so she will not be on this video, nor will she be at the games. And Katie Dennett will have had twins by the time this happens. So please welcome Rachel Polanski, who will be stepping in to help us in our department getting things ready and getting things done as we move forward with both of those young ladies out on maternity leave. And we do ask that you please sign in after viewing this project so that we can track how many people are actually watching it. Thanks, everybody, and we hope you enjoyed this. We were asked at a meeting this summer when we had a deep dive session, do we ever really look at the surveys that we get? And yes, we do. So please send that information in. We will send that out directly after the games. But I pulled from here some of the thoughts and comments that came from the surveys, as well as some emails when we were wrapping up everything after last year's holiday sports. So these are things that we know we can try to do. We right now have the Connecticut National Guard give out awards. We're going to try to get some local police departments to come in. We have that already happening at the Milford Bowling Alley. If we can get more in other departments, we will do that. We need to tighten up a little bit with the volleyball and basketball teams as to how many are going to be around for meals, whether it be lunch or coming in for dinner on Saturday night. We'll provide you with some typed roster sheets for the team sports. We will offer 3-on-3 competition for unified basketball. And we'll post the Sunday schedule for basketball on the website, the Facebook, and we always put it up at the hotel on Saturday night. We know we have to have louder music in the gym for opening ceremonies at basketball. We're asking that only head coaches be on the basketball benches, mostly due to space. And we also know that we don't always have a lot of food options for families at some of the venues, so we're working to try to get some food trucks if we can get the approval from the various locations to do that for you. All that kind of information will be in the coach's handbook. We want to make sure we have the proper medals and ribbons. We want to remind all the bowlers as to where and when they are to report. And as you walk into the bowling alley, we do always have this alpha list, but we'll make sure that you know where to check that and find that if you forget where you're supposed to be. And we will provide yogurt and fresh fruit for breakfast. And just a reminder to everybody that smoking and alcohol are not permitted at any of our games. The games and sports that are offered for the holiday sports are our usual traditional and unified bowling. We'll have singles, doubles, and team play. Then we will have unified basketball, traditional and unified powerlifting, unified volleyball, and this year, along with our volleyball skills that we always offer, we want to make sure that you realize that this is available for partners as well as athletes. We know we have some young teams, and we thought this would be a very helpful thing if some partners wanted to come and participate in skills only. And then when we get to the end of this presentation, we're going to talk a little bit about 2 other sports that happened during this time frame and see if there's any more interest for any of that. I'm going to turn it over now to another staff person who will talk to you about bowling.
Hi everybody, it's Sue, and woohoo, it is bowling time, and I know that most of you have already started your bowling practices. So we just kind of want to remind you of a few things. We are again still in Milford at the AMF lanes and in East Haven at the Circle lanes. If you have a preference of either of these 2 venues, please let Lori Jean know as soon as possible so we can start placing athletes, because I'm sure we're going to have more athletes than ever. we do require a 12-game average for the registration. And this year, we will also be offering 2 new events. It's Family Unified Doubles and Family Unified Team Bowling. So any of your double or team groupings that are all related, please register them in those events. So please also remember that foul lanes, you should be practicing with those on because they will be on at our competitions. Bowlers are expected to change lanes. We always distribute the medals at on the lanes, and that will not change again this year. For our ramp bowlers, please read this carefully and register your athletes in the correct event, whether it's ramp assisted or ramp unassisted. So for anyone that needs someone to hold the ramp for them, you need to have them in the assisted event. If they are bringing their own chaperone or assistance, please note that on your registration. Make sure that we know, and we will have that available and let the folks that run that event know that they're going to be there on the ramp. Unified ramp bowlers do not change lanes, and they must be unassisted ramp bowlers. For the rest of the ramps, they all do not change lanes.
Hi, this is Sarah from the sports department to talk a little bit about powerlifting. Powerlifting will be held at Hill House High School in New Haven on Saturday, November 21st in the auditorium. We hope that you encourage your athletes to wear singlets this year. They will be required moving forward. The company we used for 2014 USA Games was Cliff Keen. And the singlet is called the Relentless Compression Gear Singlet, and you can find information at that website listed here. If you are not needed on the stage, we ask that you kindly take a seat in the auditorium during competition. And if you'd like to jot down some fun facts for the announcer about your athletes, please turn them in at registration. And now I'm going to turn it over to Katie.
Hello, everybody. It's Katie Bennett. I know you're all super sad that I won't be at the event this year, but don't worry, you'll be in good hands with Rachel. I'm going to get you through the registration process as long as these girls decide to stay and keep cooking a little while. So a couple of things that you'll need to know. We obviously offer the Unified 5v5, and we're really trying to get people to register for the 3-on-3. So please don't be afraid to register for that event because you don't think anybody else is going to. Some notes from last year that we want to talk a little bit about. Partner domination will not be tolerated, and if it does occur, please know that you as the coach can file a protest for that or for any other reason at any time within the time allowed on the protest form. All you have to do is go to the scorer's desk, call a timeout, and say that you'd like to make a protest. At that time, somebody from the competition committee will come and will handle your situation. Also remember that we require and we expect equal and meaningful play for all teammates. So yes, that means that partners can and should score. That's nothing new. Team members cannot miss the first games and expect to play later in the day. If they miss the first games, they cannot play. As Lori Jean had said, only head coaches should be on the bench. I know a lot of you come together as a big program, but only head coaches for that team are allowed to be on that bench. We ask that everyone else is a spectator for that game. Please remember that there is no food or drink allowed in the rec center, and to please clean up after your teams. Sometimes we leave our venues quite a mess at the end of the day, so please remember to clean up after your teams. And opening ceremonies is going to be a little different this year. It will still be at 10 a.m. on Saturday in the main gym. However, games will continue in the rec center
while the opening ceremonies is happening. So all teams that are not competing will report to the main gym by 9:45 and be seated in the stands. There will not be a parade this year. Last but not least, Southern Connecticut State University women's basketball team has teamed up with Beta Mu Sigma fraternity to offer a basketball clinic for any teams that are interested in going. It's on Thursday, October 1st from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at the Moore Field House. That's 6:30 at night to 8 o'clock at night. For more information, please contact Mark Mercadante at markm@soct.org. Now on to volleyball.
Hi, this is Sarah, back again to talk a little bit about volleyball, which will be held at the Floyd Little Athletic Center for both unified team play and volleyball skills. Just remember that skills is Saturday only. As with basketball, volleyball will also not tolerate partner domination, so please be sure all your partners are familiar with the rules. And please do not pull the bleachers out from the wall. If you need additional bleachers, please ask either myself or one of the venue directors. No food or drink is allowed in the athletic center, and please make sure you clean up all your team trash. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Polanski and I am going to be filling in for Rebecca and Katie while they are taking care of their little babies. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the divisioning tournaments we have coming up for basketball, which is going to be Saturday, October 24th, and volleyball, which is Sunday, October 25th. They will both be held at the Floyd Little Athletic Center in New Haven. All teams must attend these tournaments in order to be eligible to play in the state games in November. Also, it's important to note that all teams must use the same assessment forms for each sport, and you can find these on the website, and we ask that you please follow the directions on the form and complete all the sections, as inaccurate information can result in inaccurate division placement, and it will take longer to create the divisions for the schedule. Also, if we get the schedules in on time, the schedules will be made available at least 1 week out. Also, at the Athletic Center, we ask that you do not pull out the bleachers from the wall and that no food or drink is allowed in there. And again, if everyone could pitch in and clean up all of your trash at the end of the day. Also, parking is available across the street or in the parking lot behind the building on Crescent Street.
Hey guys, it's Lauren here to talk about housing and the dinner dance. A reminder that housing is for all registered members of unified basketball and unified volleyball teams only. If you've had housing in the past and you anticipate any change in your numbers, please let me know, as I will be sending out the housing rosters to individual teams in the next couple of weeks. Bowlers and powerlifters, are more than welcome to attend the dinner dance. Just please be sure that you complete your registration with this information. There will be a section on the bowling and powerlifting registration to check off that you intend on attending the dance. And all of housing and the dinner dance will be held at the Trumbull Marriott Hotel. And as a reminder, again, we can't stress enough, there is no smoking, alcohol, or other illegal substances permitted at any Special Olympics venues or hotels. And as far as dinner time goes, it will be from 5 p.m. until 7:30 p.m., while the dance will begin at 7 p.m. and go until 9:30 p.m. The theme this year, as suggested from our Athlete Input Council, is the 50s. So to go along with that, the movie we will be playing this year is Grease.
Hi everybody, this is Caitlin Dacus. Here to talk about healthy athletes that we will be providing at Holiday Sports. As in previous years, we will be doing special smiles at basketball at Quinnipiac on that Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're located at the on the second floor. So if you have some time in between games or after lunch or want something to do, come on up and visit us. There'll be UConn School of Dental Medicine students who will be providing dental screenings. We'll be molding mouth guards if needed, doing some dental mouth care learning, and we'll have some free giveaways. If you have any questions, you can reach me at the below number or email below. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. It's Sue talking about registration and due dates. So our holiday sports intent is due to our office by October 1st, and you'll be able to find that on our website. Registrations just for volleyball and basketball are due October 8th. The registrations for bowling and powerlifting will be the 21st of October, and all of the material will be on our website. You may send all of your registration to the registration@soct.org email address. And insurance, as always, goes to Lauren Young. And the coach's handbook will be on the website by November 2nd. Again, our fee for this holiday sports is $20 for bowling and powerlifting. It's an additional $10 if you're going to attend the banquet and the dinner dance. Two-day events such as volleyball and basketball will be $40. So on our website, the forms are still where they've always been, under forms. And they are currently up on the website, and they're in the two formats, the Excel and the PDF. So for the intent, this is an online form that is on our website all the time. You can fill this out whenever you want. And we ask that you submit one per delegation. So right on where it says number of events, click on the number that you're doing, and you can fill out each sport one at a time, and all that comes right directly to my email. We do ask that every delegation submit one of these, as our auditors are constantly asking us for all this information. So if you could kindly give it to us, we'd be greatly appreciated.
Hi, it's Katie again, and talk a little bit about coaches education and some upcoming trainings. One thing I did want to say, which is important, not only in this holiday season, but in every single season and every sport that we do, a reminder to all of our coaches that you are responsible for ensuring that your teams display good sportsmanship during the competition as a coach and dealing with other coaches, as well as athletes to athletes, partners to partners. Basically, our coaches, we expect that you are to lead by example. So please always remember that. Okay, we have the Holiday Sports Classics rules are available online. They are on both our website under the Coaches Corner, as well as the resources page at the SOI website. This is a biggie, concussion training. We must comply with Special Olympics International ruling that all coaches are trained in concussion, has gone through the concussion training, by December 31st of this year. So please make sure all of your coaches have done that. And we have some upcoming coaches trainings and sports specifics on Sunday, September 27th with flag football, October 3rd, first aid and CPR and AED training. Sunday, October 4th will be our coaches training day, which will offer 10 different sports. And on the 18th of October, we'll have our bowling coaches training. Please make sure you visit the Coaches Corner on our website to register for any of those trainings. Again, the concussion training, this is where you can find it on the CDC website. You're going to want to click on Youth Sports Coaches and take the free online training. Once you have done so, please make sure you print out your certificate and send it to me. Otherwise, I will not know that you have completed it. And what do we have? So our rules are on our website, as I explained, under the Coaches Corner. You're going to go under Sports and Fitness Programs, Coaches Corner, and then you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page where it says Special Olympics Connecticut Sports, and it will list all the sports that we offer and all of our governing rules. And now I'll give you the other Katie for volunteer updates.
Hello, Katie Femiak here. Okay. All right, so for some of you who've sat in on some of these webinars, this is going to be a repeat of the information that I've given before, but I figured until we get through all the sporting seasons, I might as well repeat myself. We have a new Class A form. It's new, and that it's a new form, but it's also new in that I've separated out the adults from the minors, so there's a form for each. They're now separate. I want to remind everybody that I'm working with a new background screening vendor. It's a vendor called Verified Volunteers, and my background checks are taking longer than they used to. So on average, it's taking me 24 to 72 hours to get a report back. And if somebody's got a really bad criminal history, it might actually take even longer than that. I mean, it's happened that it's taken a week or more. So just be conscious of that even with group home staff changes, that I can't really turn it around the day before. So it's important to know, with those group home people at least a week out, but everybody else should be screened before they start practice, and it's just very important now. Okay, with the minor Class A, I've eliminated the letters of reference. They're actually built into the minor Class A itself, so it makes it a little bit easier, a little less paperwork to handle. Protective behaviors is now only for Class A volunteers who are 18 and above. It used to be 16, so this is awesome. So we'll just say it, it's awesome. Okay, and we've also got a web version of the Class A form. The easiest way to find all these new updates, including the web form, is to go on the website soct.org and go to the Become a Volunteer section. And here's my information if you have any questions.
All right. I mentioned earlier that we have some additional sports, and the first one I wanted to talk a little bit about is cheerleading. You all know, or most of you know, that we have a wonderful cheer squad from Quinnipiac, from Quinnebog, but they come to Quinnipiac, and they're great. They're part of opening ceremonies. They've been at summer games, and I just wanted everybody to know that at the LA Games this summer, Unified Cheer Squads was huge. They were a big part of opening ceremonies, and then they were at every single event that was taking place around the two campuses. So there's a lot of interest around the country now, and we just wanted to know if there might be some more here in-house in Connecticut. We're not going to offer it as a competition, but if you've got some groups of athletes that might want to try to get together and do something like this, let me know, and we'll see what we can pull together. And then the other sport we wanted to talk about is flag football, so I'm going to give it back over to Lauren.
So talking about flag football, I just want to go through and see if there's any programs who have any athletes or partners who would be interested in flag football. We do have a number of teams, and we're looking to grow that sport more. So I know that Wethersfield right now is one team currently looking for more athletes in particular, and that's a little bit about their practice information. Please contact myself if you do have any athletes or partners interested, and if you would like to create a team, please also contact me and I will get you all of the relevant information. As Katie said earlier, we do have a flag football coaches training on September 27th, which I would encourage anyone interested in going to, even if they plan on starting a team next year. It would be great to attend. So you can contact me at the contact information listed for more information. Our current flag football competitions that we do offer is at the New England Invitational event in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Teams will compete at either Gillette Stadium or Franklin High School in Foxborough, and that will be on November 15th. So please contact me if you haven't already received the forms. I can send them to you. They are on Special Olympics Massachusetts website. And then we will also have the St. Joe's High School event in Trumbull. They will host their annual clinic and invitational on Sunday, October 18th. More details will come out regarding the time, but if you are on my flag football coaches list, you will have gotten some of those emails already. If you have not gotten those emails and you would like to, please contact me so I can add you. Thank you.
All right, so we have gone through the entire presentation and we hope you have some questions. And now listed below, you'll see all the contact information for all of us in the sports department. The only one I think it's not listed up here would be Caitlin Dacus with Healthy Athletes, but she listed that on her slide. So should you have any questions in regards to any of the sports or any generic questions about holiday sports, don't hesitate to contact me. For volleyball, reach out to Sarah Pearson. For bowling, Sue Moore is our guru when it comes to bowling. She can answer all your questions on that. Rachel Polanski, as I mentioned earlier, will take all the questions in regards to basketball. Lauren just did a great overview on flag football. Katie Femiak will be the one for volunteers. And yes, I did have Caitlin on here for Healthy Athletes. So we are all on here, and we encourage everybody to please reach out and let us know if you have any questions whatsoever. We're looking forward to this event. It's our second largest competition of the year, and it's a great way to wrap up 2015. So we thank you for completing this 2015 Special Olympics Connecticut Holiday Sports Classic webinar. Follow our links to do so that you can let us know that you did take a look at this. And we also decided we wanted you to know when next year's games are. So we'll not only see you this year on November 21 and 22, but put these two dates in your calendar for next year. All right, and thank you all for being a part of this. And again, give us a call or shoot us an email should you have any questions whatsoever.